the best thing about Mitch, and how long I've been editing Mitch is that I recognize his little throat cough that he just did there, without having to hear it, so I can silence them without even looking.
You hear that, boys? I'm the throat goat.
Yeah, that's a way of putting it.
Something like that. I don't
Congrats, bud.
know. I am the grotist of all throatists.
This is a great cold open. I love this.
That's what I was just thinking. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Torchlit Tavern. My name is Jameson Oxford, and I will be your dungeon master today. We are a real play 5th edition D&D podcast focused on narrative-driven storytelling, or so I like to claim. Today...
You wouldn't know by this cold open.
I got a handful of
Tip!
Got a tip full.
I got a tip full of weirdos ready to play this game with me. Who's up first? By the way, I'm playing Go, because y'all are getting the fuck out of Bree.
Yeah, go. Hey, everybody, it's Ryan. I play number 9 and 9.1 and 9.2, and we are Warforged Artificers. And also here at the table today is...
I'm Katie Mischief, and I'm better than everybody else here, because I play Tiefling, Palaric, and
Clarendon.
Clarendon.
We like that one better.
I can use it interchangeably, David. I can't
You
use
can,
it
but we like one better.
Time.
We are definitely favoring.
We have a clear preference.
You can be wrong if you want to.
Anyway, the next person...
It's me. Hey, I'm Jeff. I'm Jeff. I play the role of Reyesk, who is a Crestkin homebrew race, and a monk, and rogue, and curmudgeon, and I can't wait to get into this game. Playing with me.
It's me, Mitch. I play the open-minded and thoughtful character, Aderu.
Who? Who is this one? Are we changing characters?
Open mind, closed fist.
Clenched
That sounds
butthole.
more like a monk.
Closed fists don't get fed.
And
Fed to Borky.
I'm pretty sure that's everybody. Hey, everybody, we don't always do this, but hey, don't forget to like and subscribe or follow or whatever. However you are ingesting our show. If you found your way here, do not lose us. We are on Podbean. We are on.
Can.
Yes, reviewing is super helpful. 5 stars or just a review. Anything that you can do to engage with us, because that really helps. We are, I don't know if you've noticed.
The algorithm.
I don't even care what you put in the review. You could just put a period
You can
fucking
say
send
we
it.
suck. You can race me to post first on some of our random content.
As long as, you can do that.
As long as it's still 5 stars, I don't give a fuck.
Also, we have social medias. Check us out there. Our Patreon, our TikTok, you buy us a coffee.
Buy us a coffee.
We're
on
all those
there.
kinds of things.
Check out our Patreon if you really love us. Also, you may notice that we are exchanging commercials with other podcasts that are on the up and out. Go check out their shows if we ad for them, because they're doing the same for us, and we encourage you to go check them out. There's some really neat guys out there doing a lot of content, and it doesn't have to be Critical Role all the time.
Guys and girls.
Folks.
Yeah.
We're Californian.
Guys and dudes are the same thing.
We just say guys.
They're all the same.
And
dudes. Guys is really...
I listen to McElroy content, so I say boys.
Boy.
Yeah, even when it's not the boys.
Everybody...
It's all boys.
Everybody is dudes. I'm a dude, he's a dude, we're all dudes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Let's start this.
Gendered stuff is weird. Last time on Torchlit Tavern, Blackpowder.
God, thank you for saving me. Blackpowder.
Y'all are the fucking wake up, gang. Jesus Christ.
Blackpowder.
I did tell someone to meet me at the toadstools, so it might be better that someone is there.
Just wondering if you were gonna make it out okay.
Evalina, where are you?
Reyesk, stop. I know that guy.
We can if we need to.
You know this man is Polly Ukaipa. Sounds to me like you're looking for a light. Didn't take you for a smoker.
Don't we all need a light from time to time?
Yeah, we all get a little blue.
To a new dawn.
And I leave.
To a new dawn. I understand you guys are interested in learning more about how to change things around here.
I nod.
If you guys want to continue this, we're doing a sit-in. Gonna protest the way that they're using the guardhouses soon. We need as many people as we can get in a week. We're gonna try to make sure that anybody can enter the city whenever they want.
I would ask you give that grace to the Church of Dirk, specifically?
I need help. I need to infiltrate the Brian Castile, the castle dungeon.
Do you see a lack of equivalency in the favors that we've asked each other?
I suppose you're right. Pay me.
I set a weird precedent.
And I give him 100.
Do you have a name as well?
I take a deep breath and I go,
Reyesk.
None.
Point 2 is off howling at the moon with Polly.
Yeah. No, Polly is now, like you said, in a sort of drug coma.
They ran him into the dirt. He's done.
Yeah. But point 2 is a automaton and cannot get tired in such a way, so has been chasing squirrels the rest of the night.
We picked up another stray.
Well, you gotta meet your quota, don't you?
Yeah, well, we lost you, so...
So you just replaced me with a guy named Polly? Never mind.
That's what you do when a dog dies.
I called you back to let you know not to worry about me. I figured maybe you'd care, but whatever.
I cared. I tried. I asked if we were gonna wait for you, and nobody said anything.
No, it's good. It's good. You guys are getting smarter. You're getting better at what you're doing. Stay safe, all right? It wasn't smart to come back. I'm safe here. I'm good at blending in. I'm gonna stick around for a bit. There's a lot going on in Bree. And, maybe I can figure some things out. If you guys need anything, let me know. Just wanted to check in.
I thank you for doing so. You are one of my friends, and I was worried.
tell the story.
Weave.
I know no more about Eric than you do. I believe he is older than he looks, likely due to his elven heritage, and he has been a mercenary around Shar since before primacy took control, as I have heard his exploits before and since. I don't know much about Bloodgrip, though I tried. His history, even in the libraries of the garrison, is spotty at best. He was a deep elf and a powerful sorcerer, part dragon by some accounts. I believe that he and Sieko may have had a contentious relationship, one that maybe the Mercantists didn't wish inflated or passed down. I know that after the attack by the Numenites, the heroes, quote-unquote, of Santitas disappeared for a while. Upon their return, Sieko cast Bloodgrip from his home and dissolved the marriage to his sister. Something must have finally broken up their infernal union. The only one who may have known was an old knight of Numen named Mark of Cloverport, but he died when the Numenites attacked them, so anything he didn't tell the church would be lost, and the old church of Numen was largely destroyed in Griffinport during the Fey Rift. Hearsay says Bloodgrip was charming, a leader of men, a healer. He protected Santitas from the Druid Circle, from monsters, from giants, though those giants are still in the area. The way I understand it is he made a deal with them, giving them northern Silveria as their territory. He saved the city of Porta Sinmar from a dragon once, though no one knows how, as it was never seen dead and never seen flying away. His exploits are always a little chaotic. Doesn't help that the stories told by people aren't consistent. And that's all I know. I'm not sure if that really helps you. I feel like you could have figured most of that out yourselves, but I apologize. He is difficult to pin down.
Thank you, my friend. All your information is well taken.
Of course.
Did you say he was an elf?
Yes, I
Did
believe.
anybody else know that? I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, a dark elf by all tellings.
No, Eric, right?
Oh, Eric? He's
Yeah,
elven.
no, Eric.
He has elven ancestry. He's half elven.
He's a half elf. Okay.
Yeah, I did describe him as slightly pointed ears when you first met him. It just didn't. It's like the.
Yeah, that was
Didn't
fucking so long
register.
ago.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
That was so long ago. Who the fuck knows what he looks like?
He looks like
To
your
me-
stereotypical barbarian with slightly
Yeah.
pointed ears.
I've definitely
Yes,
never
Conan.
thought of
He's
him
just-
as
he's
a
Conan.
half
He's
elf.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's
He's Conan with pointy
Conan
ears.
the Barbarian, and that's what he's always
But
been
with
in my
pointy
head.
ears.
With pointy ears, yeah.
I now know, but with pointy ears.
Yeah. So, where are we going?
We are stopping by some similars to my circle that live in the area.
We are getting distance between us and the primacy.
Yeah.
Then we are going to discuss who we are taking where, and who we're leaving where, and what we are doing next.
I also think it would be good to maybe check in with Grim so that he knows that we're moving on to the next thing. And also to see if he has an update on the information that we asked from him.
Isn't he a great failure? Wouldn't he be knowing what we're doing?
Maybe.
I don't know much about Faye. I could not say. but he makes it seem as though he still gathers information like anyone else.
It'd be really cool if the Dungeon Master had given you guys, like, a little memento that allowed you to contact one of those guys, but, you know, who thinks that far ahead, right?
Weird.
He gave us a puppy. Have you guys tried just talking to the puppy?
Talk to the puppy.
I literally... No.
Aderu summons Blinky,
No.
and then he picks up Blinky, and he taps
Shake
Morse
Blinky.
code on the Severian scimitar with Blinky. That will for sure work.
Sure.
That'll work.
As he reaches into his bag to grab whatever he needs for that spell, his finger lightly bumps the feather token that Evan gave him and is forgotten at the bottom of his bag, and will continue to be forgotten at the bottom of his bag forever.
Who has a feather token?
I gave you a pin to contact him if you needed him for just about anything.
You gave
it was
me
your way
one?
of getting... Yes.
He definitely didn't give it to me, but they don't fuck with me.
Yeah, I don't recall that. That's my bad.
Yeah, I gave it to one of you, and I'm pretty sure it was Aderu,
What?
as Aderu would be the only one who could make good on any contact anyway, because he does not have a Unphone.
Hey, bud, you didn't write it down. He didn't write it down.
He didn't write it down.
Like I said, it's at the bottom of his bag. He doesn't remember it's there. We're done. He can tap on Blinky from now on. You send Blinky back and forth to the Feywild in Morse code.
Blinky just blinks back and forth.
It's a really cool keychain. He just puts it on the
Give him a
collar.
Just give him a note.
The
Blinky
carrier
just
pit.
appears in front of Roy on one end
A
and appears in
carrier
front of
Blinky.
Aderu on the other end. So what's this item that you say that you gave to me, but I don't recall being explained and don't know what it does and it isn't in my list so that I can add it to my list?
Anyway, best of luck. He'll show you the way, wherever you want to go. And if you need to get hold of us, he goes ahead and he hands you a pin off of his coat to Aderu, and he says, break this, and it will send a message to me.
But I'll get ink all over my clothes.
Not that kind of pen, you imbecile. It's basically a scroll of sending directly to Evan. That's all it is. It's just it's Unphone to Evan one time. You can get his attention.
Oh, okay.
So that's where you're at if you guys do want to get hold of that. But in the meantime, you guys continue going, following Aderu. Aderu seems to have some sort of location in mind. Aderu, what are you doing and how do you think you're going about it?
I'm gonna go over there and look for him.
Look for who?
The other circle. The other brothers and sisters of the Southern Plains that
What is
live
it?
just outside the border of our reach of the Broken Circle.
Before we get moving too far, I have quite a heavy bag.
But if you gotta take a shit, then do it whenever you need to.
The bag?
You're still carrying that? What's in there
Reyes,
anyway?
Jeff, what's in the... Hold on. Jeff, as your DM, what's in the... What big heavy bag?
Oh, yeah, it's just this captive I took a couple episodes
Let me
back.
out of here. Let me out.
Reyesk.
Which one?
We didn't forget
We-
about that.
we have a
Not
guy?
at all.
We didn't...
Yeah, we have another guy.
How did we forget about a guy?
'Cause we're
Ow.
bad.
I didn't,
Like a
I didn't
whole ass
forget
guy?
about him.
Get outta
I
here.
didn't forget about him. I let him sleep it off. I fucked him up the last time I saw him.
Let
So
me
we
out
have
of here.
two
Let me out.
guys.
We have 3 guys, but one was a trade-in.
3 guys.
It's dark.
Is this the big one or the one that is this one of the ones that looks like me?
So a couple episodes ago, you took a Crestkin Apotheosis Warrior captive. This is for me and for the listener to get a little bit of a recap here. That Crestkin was on a drug that made him larger at the time that he was trying to kidnap, apparently, Nine. You guys beat him down, stopped him from dying, and the drug wore off soon, like once he became unconscious. So he is your size. Like, he's not
Okay,
Huge.
so he's still pretty big, but just not like extra big.
lanky. He's medium-sized.
Yeah. Okay, so he's in my size.
And then because
But
D&D
does he
is a
look like me?
chaotic mess, both the player who made a big deal of taking a full-grown person with them and the GM who should have remembered such a thing totally forgot it, even though the conversation of what does Reyesk want to know about what happened with the thing, we didn't think about him at all. We didn't think maybe we should ask that guy for a whole
Yeah.
episode. And here we are.
Hey, D&D, am I right? You forget shit.
And this is why you must take more immaculate notes, kids.
Let me out of the bag.
Shut up. Wait.
Help.
I walk over and I snip the bag open with one of my claws. Like a fucking Zoidberg.
When you snip it open, it's like a 3-inch gap, and there's just an eyeball that appears in it.
Well, hi.
Hi.
You were after me.
I was?
I assume you don't remember the mission you were just on.
Vaguely.
Who's your handler?
No handler for this one. Straight from top. Straight from the top. Yeah.
Are you winking
do I
at
have to?
me?
Can I get out of the bag?
No. You can answer the questions first.
Bully, today you learn how to stalk Quarry if he tries to run. Here, hold this.
What do you know?
I was on a mission from directly from Griddle. I took the Geish in Apotheosis base, and I was with oh god.
He looks at you and he gets like this scared look on his face.
You.
Yes, I also seem to notice you were with me. I can rest you assured it wasn't me.
You're C3P4.
Yes. Did you speak to Griddle directly?
Not directly via.
At that, I rip the hole in the bag and grab him by the throat, and I go,
What do you mean, not directly?
It was via kiosk. He was coming out of a screen.
Did you see him?
Yeah. It was weird. It looked like he'd just gotten out of a shower. He was half naked. It was very uncomfortable.
I throw him on the ground, and I fucking turn.
Come on, no. You don't have, no, we don't have to be mean about this, okay? I didn't even come for you. I don't know why you're mad at me. I'm here for the
I'm not
robot.
mad that you tried to kill me.
I
Just
didn't.
a fucking.
I mean, I didn't.
You're just a tool like I was. I killed that man.
You killed Griddle?
Yes. Shot him in the head in Santos.
Is that who you shot in the head?
Yeah.
That is,
Well, I mean,
allegedly.
Allegedly.
we believe.
Allegedly. We believed at the time.
Originally thought to be.
Also,
Allegedly.
your coroner's report from List confirms most of that. I don't think it took.
As I turn and kind of get in his face,
You think?
I mean, yeah, I don't think. Hey, look, I'm not. I just did a job. It's not like I had a choice. By the way, I don't know if you have any, like, it's hard for me to remember, right? I don't know if you have any locus on you that might help with my memory, you know? And he starts scratching at his chest a little bit.
None to share.
Well, just saying, it'd go a long way to help me remember what happened.
I roll my eyes so hard that everyone else in the vicinity
Gets
feels
dizzy.
it. Yeah. I roll my eyes so hard that everyone gets a little bit dizzy. I'm huffing and I'm being so petty right now and passive aggressive, but I'm not saying any of the racist things. But boy, are they locked and loaded, and y'all can probably just feel that emanating off of.
As the energy from her kind of emanates out, he does finally realize that not just you and Nine are there. He looks around at your whole group, and he's like, "What are you gonna do with me?"
Hello.
Hi.
Well, Reyesk, what do you want to do with him?
I take one step back and I stand up straight, like all the way straight, which it's rare for you all to see. And I kind of lean my head back and I look at the sky, and then I lean my head forward and I look down at him on the ground.
Anything that you know about us, they will weaponize. So tell me now what you know, and do your best to be honest. You don't need to leave with all your parts, but I can let you.
Fine. I cast Zone of Truth.
Bored cleric. All right, that's a charisma save, yes? Everybody in it needs to roll
yes.
Sure.
Everybody has to roll it. It's a 16.
It's a good thing. You're lucky that he's bad at charisma. Okay, look, I don't have secrets really, other than what would get me killed the moment I walk away from you. Okay, is that fair?
If it'll get me killed, I don't want to tell you. 'Cause I don't want to die.
What if you walked away from all of it?
Can't.
Bullshit. I walked this big ugly thing away. Look at it.
This is why they are like this. You see, they are all cowardly and unable to leave under the thumb. That's why they are so fit for servitude.
You watch him pulse like a shade of red.
I fucking turn at you and just fucking bristle with spiny purple triangles.
Not you. You're one of the good ones.
Oh, wow. Fuck.
Yikes.
I bristle with spiny purple triangles, interchanging between purple peaked ripples along my skin, and my face isn't extremely expressive, but it's expressive enough
You got them
like,
eyebrows.
there's no doubt when you look at me, like no need for your insane insight. You can feel the expression of like, how the fuck dare you?
Yeah, I
When you say
continue.
that shit.
I see this, and I continue speaking. You are slaves to the primacy, slaves to the city, and slaves to your addiction.
Every member of the primacy, other than you, pampered, chosen, are slaves to the primacy, and honestly, even you. If your father wasn't who he was, you would be just as much a servant as everyone else. So don't you dare look down on the people who've lived the life that you've never seen. Miss, woe is me because my father was a monster. Everyone's a
And where's
monster
your
in their
father?
privacy.
Aderu just looks at Nine with the "is it time" look that a dad and a mom share when the kids are throwing a tantrum, and just throws up that classic mold earth.
Do you feel your life is worthless?
No. I very much like to keep
Zone
my
of
life.
truth. Don't forget, he can't lie to me.
I mean, if it was worthless, I would be trying to die. And I am not doing that. So, no.
What do you live for?
It's not worth much. What do I live for?
You watch him get like this 1,000-yard stare. And he sits there and looks at a space between you and Reyesk and the ground.
Where the wall is now.
There he stares at the wall. He lives for that wall.
All things live to live, if nothing else. There is little need to be given reason to live. There is need to be given reason not to. But that is not good life. It is only life. Again, my friend,
Existence.
I ask you, do you want out?
It's not.
He looks over at Reyesk. He's like,
C3P4 is dead.
But Reyesk is not.
I kneel down and I go,
I can very much promise you that C3P4 is dead, but I, the one who was formerly called that, am not. It is yet another yoke by the primacy. These lies they tell you.
We didn't know that you would be there, 'cause the intel didn't say anything about you. But they said
Seems
that.
like a silly choice to send him to fight him.
Oh yeah, they called him C3P5.
I meant to ask about that. What is your name, by the way?
0CT0.
Your name's Octo?
What?
I'll say it in character without so much fucking glee.
I honestly thought it
Keep
was
the glee.
perfect. Yeah, I thought it was perfect as was.
Your name is Octo?
No, it's in there.
No, it's
well, he looks at you guys. You guys have offered him freedom and shit, and you feel like you have really good insight and you have zone of truth on him. You feel like this dude has no interest in being mean, or deceptive to you guys other than his own survival. And you feel like he's thawing, and he responds to you by telling you that
Pack bonding with his captors.
kinda, yeah, we're going straight into that,
Stockholm.
it's like my
Yeah.
name.
Straight into
is,
Stockholm.
My name is Krelp. My designation is 0CT0.
Nobody cares what's your designation.
as he says the name Krelp, though, he flashes green and has a violet circle appear on his body, which Reyesk recognizes as his Kreskin name.
Yes, my name is Reyesk.
And then on my chest, my Kreskin name appears.
Figure eights and a star or whatever, I think is.
Yes, it was a series of figure eights in a
circle. That's it.
What a beautiful name, Reyesk. I wish I could call you that.
It's easy. And he just does it on his skin. Like, just do that. I don't know why you guys act like you can't do it. Look, I don't want to die, but if I stay with you, they will kill me.
How?
And they'll find me. They could find anyone. They knew where you were.
They found us.
Yes.
And we won.
Won because no one knew that Reyesk was there.
No, we won because we are stronger than them.
The first time? Sure.
And the next time.
He hangs his head and looks down at the ground like he's like, if you believe that, good for you.
I'm kneeling next to him, and I go,
I do not share her boundless confidence, but if it is true you want out, I am proof that it is possible.
How?
And with help, I may be able to get you some of that help.
No one helps Kreskin.
You are wrong.
Fuck, even I help Kreskin.
Yes, even that privileged, racist bitch helps sometimes.
2 chains.
Okay.
Look, he's calmed down a little bit. Conversation isn't talking about killing him. He's like, all right. He stands up a little straighter with Reyesk, and he just looks at everybody.
I love where your heads are at. How?
It's very nice of you to offer. How?
Stable Dawn has taken in more than just regular strays.
The peace-loving cult
Is going to protect me from a league of, frankly, teleporting. Did I mention they teleported me into Bree to find you? I didn't even have to walk. They'll just
They've already
send
taken
assassins anywhere they need them to go.
And they've already taken in more than one Kreskin, so why not another one?
How come they didn't know about you?
9, can you regrow limbs? 4 others?
4 others?
Octo, can you regrow limb?
What?
No.
I can't regrow limbs and make limbs.
Octo, are you important? Do you matter? Are you worth trouble for privacy? Are you worth the trouble to come and find if you're missing? If you're dead?
He looks at Reyesk, is like,
They find I feel like you guys are not gathering that they can find you anywhere. How did he hide?
and he points at Reyesk.
They didn't know he was alive.
Magic.
Great.
Anything can be hidden.
Cool.
If you
Can you do it to
find
me
the
right now?
ways, we can put you in the hands of people who can.
Maybe if you earn it.
What do you want?
9, stop trying to date Kreskin.
What?
9, I would hope that you of all people would understand that no one need to earn the freedom of will and thought. It should be given to all.
He did try to take me away to somebody.
I'm sorry about that. I
Okay.
was on gauge powder.
You said sorry. I'm okay. We're cool.
Wow, that was easy.
Yeah, no, I'm really nice.
It seems you have earned it, Purple
He knows
Dots.
nothing of what happened while he was on mission. That is what the Gauge does to you. It gives you a mission and robs you of thought.
Mm-hmm. Did I hurt anybody?
I don't know about anybody else. He did hurt me a little, but I'm doing okay now.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It's not usually something you... Usually I just try to forget what little I remember. Pretend it wasn't me.
And move on.
It wasn't. Seems like, anyway.
It was. It is. Can you get me out now? Is that... Because you guys are not safe. He's been watching you, and he wants the robot for some reason.
No idea
I
why?
know why he wants the robot, and I'm aware he's been watching.
No idea why?
No.
Should we maybe give the amulet to 9? If they think Reyesk is dead, and they are looking for 9.
They don't think I'm dead anymore.
Because of the one witness that is here now?
Well, CP35 did attack our stuff, so...
Oh, yes, of course. That is correct.
And he made it away.
Is it possible that is your brother, Reyesk?
Do you have brothers?
By blood.
He didn't have a lot of personality.
Neither did Reyesk.
They want the robot. If you guys can't help me right now, you guys aren't safe to be with. I don't think you can get me to safety. And he just sort of like, what amulet?
I shoot a look over at Aderu for even mentioning it, and then
The amulet is not what you need to worry about.
It's how you're hiding, isn't it?
I kind of bear down on it because we're both still. He's like on the ground a little.
He has stood up since. Like,
He stood up. Okay.
y'all didn't get
He stood
aggressive
up.
with him. He's just been standing there answering questions. He's been chill.
I'm standing next to him. I kind of bear down on him a little bit, and I go,
Just because I am willing to help you doesn't mean I fully trust you. Understand, your line of questioning puts you in a unfavorable standing with me. I think we can help you. You can trust that, or I will consider the alternatives, which don't look great for you.
Roll intimidate.
"Whoo!" The dice said it's happening, bud.
All right.
Let's see. That's a nat 19 plus 3 for 22.
I've given this dude -2 to charisma. You watch him immediately just shrink back to like the smallest he can be as you loom over him.
Understood. And, you know, I was kind of assuming that it was underneath your coat, and I was thinking maybe I was quick enough to grab it, and I was like, why am I talking right now? Oh, God.
Zone of truth.
Yeah, no, I was
Okay.
watching you the whole time.
But
You weren't getting away from that.
message received. But I want to leave you guys once this is over. I don't have any information about any of you other than what I was told at this point, and I would just like to go because if
What
I'm
were
with you,
you
they'll kill
told?
me.
What were you told?
I was told to get the robot. I was told that a group involving a Kenorian and what appears to be a Tiefling Inquisitor were traveling with and an old man that was unidentified is traveling with a robot designated number 9, and that robot was important to Griddle and he wanted to study it. And that was it. I'm supposed to kidnap the robot. And we were asked, like, well, how are we supposed to kidnap the robot? It looks huge, because they showed us images, and he was like, well, take these drugs, which will make you bigger, and then, you know, the stim packs, and you get really juiced on some of the stuff they give you. And, yeah, that was kind of it. It's a need-to-know thing, and I didn't need to know that much. I just was supposed to get the robot, and now that I haven't gotten the robot, I imagine I will have to go cold turkey for a few days, because they probably won't give me any locust powder for failure. It's gonna be rough.
I pass him my flask.
Oh,
Drink.
oh, what's this?
Grog.
Oof. All right.
Here, take
Cheap
a,
stuff, huh?
take a couple of these too. And
I drop a couple of aspirin for him. You drop a couple of those ibuprofen for
That
him.
ibuprofen we scored.
He just puts the ibuprofen in the flask and starts drinking it.
Listen. If you would like to attempt freedom, I can tell you that it is possible.
he's still drinking. I don't know that he can answer yet.
All right, here you go. Thank you.
I take my flask, now empty, back.
Absolutely emptied.
If you would like to attempt freedom, I can assure you it is possible. A phrase I thought when I was you, I would never hear and would have never believed. But I hope that it is easier to believe when coming from someone who did it. I can help, and I can promise that help. But I can also promise you that if you walk away, I have to do an analysis on the risk of that. Do you understand a risk analysis?
And I flash his name, but I don't say his name.
Yeah. He's
You feel
he
me,
is,
bro?
Yes.
He looks at everybody and is like, if I stay with you, my risk analysis says that I will die.
Do you want to be safe, or do you want to be free? It took this one a long time to work that out. He is still not yet free, because his fear holds him. And if you're always going to live under your fear, then run back to the primacy. Run back to what you know. Run back to what your mind thinks is safe, but know that you will never be free.
What good is freedom if you're dead?
What
Well-
good is life if it is spent in servitude, committing tasks you can clearly barely stomach? I run the blood from men on a regular basis, and it is not ideal, but it is something that I understand. You became so squeamish at the thought of the petty amount of harm you nearly committed upon this creature here of steel and wood and leather and whatever else Nine is made of. You could be dead.
Sunshine.
Servos.
That's, a lot of pretty words, but, like, it's clear you have a choice.
He is right. I am still affected greatly by my fear. But these days, it's the fear of losing what was an impossible thing to me before. I will make this as clear as I can, because I understand you. I no longer wince at blood being spilled by my hand, and I no longer risk my freedom being taken so you can take my generosity of an offer and risk death, or you can be rest assured you will not walk away. The choice is yours, and it may not be simple, and it may not
No,
be
well, let me
easy.
cut you off there. Obviously, the choice isn't mine, so where are we going?
Good.
I
Choice.
would...
The choice
Ray,
is mine is so fucking stupid. You know that,
Reyes.
right? And you can tell that
Reyes.
he's starting to get drunk now from all the grog you gave him. You fucking asshole. The choice is mine.
Please.
Come with us or die.
I love this guy.
The choice is yours. I will let no harm come to you if you choose to leave. In fact, I am in the zone of truth with you. I have not bothered to even resist. Ask me where we are going, and I will tell you. And they will tell you what will happen.
I don't
They will
care.
send you back to make the
I
second
don't
attempt.
care.
And when they send you back to make second attempt, I will kill you. I will
Oh,
not wish it, and I will not desire it, but it will be what must be done.
Yeah, no.
You
Yep.
won't make it
You
away.
can walk back only to
I-
come round again to
I
be killed, or I
am
can try to help you.
loving this freedom you're talking about. This freedom sounds like a blast. Let's go be free. Yeah. Where are we going?
Right. Another.
That's
guy.
rhetorical. I don't care. Let's just.
We are going to visit a more benevolent sect of my people.
I am actually warming up to this guy.
Evalina, we got another guy.
We just need so many guys, I guess.
So many
I'm
little guys.
about to roll a d4 to see which one of these dudes trips on a rock and dies.
I mean, there is trying to drop all of them off with the druids. Yo, hey, so I know we're like not cool and we're kind of like third estranged cousins, but here's a bunch of broken dudes. Can you fix them?
No. Yeah, so he very glibly is like, let's go. It's time to be free. And is super sarcastically just agreeing to whatever you guys say.
Reyesk has what is without a doubt some version of somewhat haunting, a somewhat haunting maw, but what you could only describe as an attempt at a sarcastic smile happens on his face, and he goes,
What a wonderful choice. I will remind you that there are more of us than you.
Are we done,
So
Reyes?
if
He
for
knows.
some reason you wish to attempt something stupid, I would recommend highly you don't.
I don't like
What
hurting.
the fuck is wrong with your face?
He's smiling. It was charming.
Thank you.
Welcome. Have you been
Well,
dealing with
yes.
these people this whole time? This is freedom?
Yes, it's
Sucks.
infuriating.
Even if he chooses to flee, let him. He is of no consequence. They knew where Nine was. They know how to find Nine. Until we can conceal Nine, he's of no consequence to us. Let him do as he will.
I agree with that, which is why when that moon comes back around, we should go to the Feywild. They may be able to help conceal all of us, which obviously we need.
That was a smile?
I don't like hurting people. I'll probably just try to run away at best when you're not looking. That's, worst case scenario.
I know, and even though I am unaffected by the Zone of Truth, I will be honest. I would prefer
Choice.
that you are able to find the freedom I speak of. You deserve it. But as I said, Even though this is an ultimatum, it is an ultimatum driven by fear, by the fact that I am still very much working on escaping the prison Apotheosis put my mind in more than my body.
Oh, you know who we should call about this?
We don't have time.
That is
Let's
a good
go.
point.
I turn.
Mind prison.
Did I made connections with the Blue Dawn
Yeah.
just last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Did I establish a way to maybe connect with them more easily?
No, not with the guy you spoke to.
I just told him to send a message to Carvel.
Yeah, that was it. That was all you did.
Cake boss.
Okay.
Carvel is a cake
Carvel.
boss. So yeah, as you guys are, as he just sort of like shrugs at everything you guys say, he's going with along with what you said, but he's made his stance is very clear, and it's also nothing new to the party. You guys have heard most of what he said from Reyesk for the last month.
Maybe not. Maybe 2 months. I think we've been together almost 2 months.
Almost 2 months.
Yeah.
Maybe a month and a half. Probably is the math.
Who's counting?
Not us, obviously. You guys continue traveling. I'm gonna
As
go
we
back.
Walk, there is Polly.
This is why we don't get anywhere.
Polly, bring me your spear. Let us show him freedom while we travel.
Oh,
And
yes.
Aderu,
Oh god, I gotta lose Hold on. I gotta take Octo and throw it in the trash for a second.
Yes, hello? I am Polyukaipa.
Are you sure that's not Sigan Hadal?
He's got the, Brian accent, and I don't know how to differentiate these people anymore. He was generic Inquisitor, and then he became canon.
You put a lost
You brought
pony
it
in my
back.
pack.
That's on
What
you.
did you think?
He's the weasel, dude.
and Aderu is just going to run this new.
Polyukaipa.
Aderu's just going to run this new Kreskin through the Cliff Notes version of what he ran Polly through.
Point 2 will help.
I will be keeping my eye out as I'm getting more sharp at recognizing the Blue Dawn signaling, and I know that they travel in the woods and shit too. So there's a good chance that there's some markings or signalings if they're around,
Sure.
because I'd love to deposit him to them as quick as possible because they might take him in.
Sure. As you guys are traveling through the woods, I'm gonna have you and Mitch both roll
No, that's a bad idea.
survival checks to see if you can track the sort of stuff in the woods that would give you signs for the people you're both looking for individually. I was interrupted earlier when I was asking Aderu the question of what is his relationship with the druids, because that is what I was beginning with 30 minutes later.
None. He knows they're there.
And how does he know they're there? Paint us the picture of Aderu's relationship with this knowledge.
I was trying to through dialogue, but effectively, this is a sect or circle of druids that operates to the far south of the Broken Circle, just beyond our range. Sort of where our range terminates, their range begins on the south, and on the east, west, and north, there are other groups that operate similarly. So Aderu knows that these people are down here, but there is no real connection. But there is no real connection with them because they disagree with the slash and burn mentality of the circle. We're all promoting nature, but no one's really cool with how the Broken Circle is doing it. So Aderu is hoping that he can sequester aid and knowledge from this other group who has a more traditional druidic point of view.
What did you guys roll for your checks as you guys move over the course of this day?
What kind of check do you want?
I mean, if you are actively looking for anything, but Reyesk and Aderu were actively looking for people as they traveled through the wilderness. So,
Well,
also,
I'm
this
doing
probably
really
goes
good.
without saying. You're not on the main road. You're through the wilderness, correct? Yeah.
gosh,
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
I figured.
Well, I'm doing really good at this check. I rolled a 22.
All right.
Sorry, 21. I did my math wrong there. 17 plus 4, 21.
All right, Reyesk, as you are moving, you're following Aderu. Aderu is the one who seems to know where he's going, but you can't help but notice that you do
Bold of you
pick
to say
up.
before you know my role.
Aderu knows where he wants to go. Reyesk, in the meantime, something that your keen eyes pick out as you're moving is you do start to notice the sort of thieves guild-esque symbols carved into trees that you see periodically. You are somehow on what appears to be a pilgrim's path for the Blue Dawn. what little bit you've gathered from them, it's clear that you see Blue Dawn signets, and then like you'll see that you don't necessarily know what the symbols mean, but it looks like this is some sort of path or marker that they have used. And maybe you guys don't stay on that path, but you do recognize it. You know that they have traveled through here in the past, and that they might likely do so again. It doesn't give you a way to contact them here, but you do know that you could find that path yourself later.
Yeah, I keep an eye on that path for as long as I can.
Now, Aderu, Mitch, you doesn't sound like you have a lot of faith in your roll.
I rolled an 11.
An 11. An 11 is not great.
Yeah, well,
particularly to find a druidic circle in hiding in Brian territory, a place where druids are kind of not welcome. So because I'm going to say that that's a bit of a failure there, bud,
no,
I'm going to need you...
Fine, I have a contingency plan.
Well, in the meantime, I am going to need you to roll me a D12, because instead you're going to get a random encounter.
That's 7.
Yeah, well...
As you guys are traveling, you do end up in deep, deep wilderness, and Aderu, you smell it before anyone else sees it, and it smells like rot. It smells like something is dead nearby. And you come around like a bend in a hill. You guys are following probably a deer path like Aderu likes to do, and it looks like some people were trying to cut away from the side roads like you were, but they didn't make it. And it's a bit of a red flag for you, because these corpses of this little caravan of people, looks like a man and his wife, and one person who is dressed a little bit more rugged with like weapons, like he was a guard of some kind, are dead.
Oh, they had a
in
fucking
the road.
ranger in their party. No wonder they got murked.
Loot,
Yeah.
loot, 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 loot.
No,
loot.
the guy is dressed more like a road guard, like a guy who, like a mercenary guard, someone you'd hire to protect you on the road. But it looks like they may have gotten
I
lost.
investigate the scene.
I too loot the scene.
Roll an investigation check.
I'm a fucking inquisitor.
I would-
I can
should be
investigate,
good at
fuck
this.
Yeah, I will also investigate.
Inquisitor's
Oh,
gonna
damn, my first
inquisit.
bad roll. 10.
What will a 23 get me?
What will a 24 get me?
Damn!
What will rifling through their pockets get me?
What'd you roll? As you guys are kind of poking around,
I wanted to investigate, but I couldn't stop keeping an eye on Octo.
Yep, good call. Looking out at me. I know you want to loot those bodies, I do too, but I would have run. Yep. Why am I telling you that? I'm not, like, Zone of Truth anymore.
You're drunk.
Oh yeah, Flask of Truth. Yep.
Yeah.
meanwhile, you guys take a better look at the bodies. They were shot with arrows, just riddled with arrows, like to the point where it sends a message more than it killed them, because it looks like the first arrow killed every one of them. With a 23 and a 24, you guys find 60 silver pieces and 100 gold pieces worth of just like supplies, like foodstuffs. Like you can either write it down as gold, or you can say the cart is dismantled, like torn apart. And with a 24, 9 recognizes that those are elven arrows. And if you give me a history check.
9, do you say this out loud? Can I help you?
Octo, come here. Take these silver. Use them for your troubles.
These arrows.
Oh,
They're elven.
I help using my knowledge of history.
sure. You can either aid or you can roll yourself.
I got an 18.
I
Flash of genius.
They're just
You
arrows.
get him every day.
Like I said, you
This
can
is an
either
RP
give him
episode.
advantage or you can do it
Use
yourself. It's your call.
Yeah, fair enough. Flash genius, fuck it.
What does that bring it to?
22.
Shit. Yeah, that's enough. 9, with your encyclopedic knowledge of many things, you do know that elven tribes are not seen anymore. There haven't been elves as, like, a race unto their own for 500 years, ever since the Great Catastrophe. These arrows mean that if you go further in this direction, you'll find them. And this will happen to you, because they are incredibly seclusive and violent about it.
I don't think we should keep going this way. We may need to take a hard turn in a different direction. These elves are not nice. I do believe they will shoot first and ask questions later.
think it's silly that they would leave their arrows here, and it's likely they are already right here looking at us.
If they are here, they are likely waiting to see if we make the wrong decision.
I think it is clear, Nine, that this is meant to be a message. It is our job to receive the message.
Message received.
I say out loud in Elvish. All right, but we're gonna take their things.
You're greeted by the sound of nature, birds, bugs, insects flitting around.
I write
nothing response.
Roanoke on a tree, and I take the shit, and we move on because I'm like, I don't want to fight them. I'm not even interested in meeting them.
I will let Aderu make a history roll. I will let Aderu make this roll with advantage.
Woo! Advantage.
I'm gonna do it.
Get that as a fucking
guidance.
sound. There we go.
What does guidance do?
Adds a
D4.
D4.
I rolled
Roll
a
it for him.
6 and a 7, guys.
Flash
Fuck.
of genius and guidance.
That brings my total to a 6 and a 5.
And a
You have an artificer and a cleric. We can actually make Mitch succeed at rolls. We can do
Flash of
this.
genius. That's it's
of
not actually
genius.
+4. It's +5. So
Yeah.
Flash of
So
Genius
we're
puts an
11.
11. What's your
I'll roll
D4?
a
What's your
D4.
D4?
No, I'm
No,
gonna roll the
she's
D4.
gonna roll it.
Don't-
She's gonna roll
yeah,
it.
she's
She's
letting
gonna
her
roll
do it. Let her.
4.
4. So 4 and 5 is 9. 6 and 9 is 15. See?
15.
We're doing it.
15's good.
Teamwork.
I can give you some shit on 15. 15 will work.
I have a -1 in history.
teamwork makes the dream work.
Aderu knows, even though he's not very well trained in the history of his own people, that while the elves are incredibly deadly and highly unlikely to let a bunch of primacy-looking goons into their territory, there is the chance that they would, of all people, have kept in touch with these druids, or that the druids would have kept in touch with them. No one is more tied to the natural world at a base level than the old elven people. Most people only see elves who have lived in the city who are of a line that never left cities. Like, there are elves around, but they're very few and far between, and they aren't part of their old tribes anymore. But the tribal elves that still exist out in the wilderness, they're tied to the land in a way that the druids would maybe keep in touch with.
I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. Did the bodies look like they'd been dragged around, or did they look like they just left where they fell when I looted them?
The bodies look like they were exactly where they fell, but the cart was taken apart. There's no tracks, but the cart didn't just fall apart on its own.
Irrelevant. Do the arrows indicate a direction?
Roll me a survival check.
That's a 15.
A 15?
Yeah.
Well, 15 is still pretty good. We could Flash of Genius then.
No.
She's all 5 of them right
I
now.
kind of dig where there's no intent for this, but I like where his head's at. The arrows don't point anywhere.
You get what I'm saying, right? Like, if they all
No.
came from one side, there would be a
I get
directional...
it. I get you. They were hit from every angle, except for the one you guys came from. But I am going to give you this. Aderu recognizes that the feathers on the fletching are of a particular species of bird, and that bird lives in only one patch of woods to the northeast.
Okay. Then Aderu is going to pull out the sword, but not brandish it. Hold it by the base of the blade below the hilt in a non-hostile action, and just present the reindeer sword overhead, point a finger into the sky, and cast Skywrite. And just a druidic symbol for guidance or aid.
Be extra careful. They trust no one, not even the druids. But they might hear you out.
But it shows who I am and what I be needing.
So Skywrite, what did you write in? Skywrite again?
A druidic word for aid or guide, or whatever the closest word Aderu would have learned in his, parliamentary knowledge.
When you do that, all the sound of the bugs and the birds that Evalina could hear earlier when she was trying to speak to the forest cut out. And it is eerily silent for several moments. And then you see that a pathway that you did not see branching off to your left starts to literally unfold from the foliage. Like the trees are moving to make a space.
Yeah.
I say out loud in Elvish again. Well, I guess I won't be just leaving. My apologies.
They shoot you in the face with a pun. Because leave and leaf is the same word in Elvish.
And puns are a fucking crime punishable by death in
puns are
Elven
criminal.
society.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Elves live a long time. They're all old. They love puns. Old people love puns.
It's the highest form of elven culture.
I studied the elves a lot in my studies. That's why I know Elvish. Those were
Apparently.
all of my electives were elf based.
She's secretly like in elf weeaboo in our world.
Oh yeah,
A weird elf?
She believes
Alphaboo?
that
God damn
tieflings are maybe just a missing link in elven.
Sure.
In the elven line of evolution. We're a new kind of elves, guys. That's what we are.
Yeah.
Do you guys?
Aderu puts the sword away. This way.
Which way? The way we all said we shouldn't go?
Aye.
Staring at the opening in the trees, I say,
I don't know what message you sent, but clearly it was received.
Aderu, I don't know that this is a good idea.
I don't either, but I asked for aid and it was given.
Oh.
That
Well-
word in the clouds, and there points up, is aid, or guide, or help.
Well, okay.
If a hand is extended,
You guys,
we may take it, I guess.
Yes, Octo.
uh,
Or is this you
Um,
type?
Polly.
I was gonna try to do Polly, but I gotta say I'm gonna have to work on their voices because they're way too fucking close.
Or is it
Bo,
Segan?
Polly, and Octo are basically just three little points on a spectrum way over here together.
yeah, just make Polly
Anyway.
sound more like Polly Shore, and that'll be funny for you.
Yes.
It'll be funny for all of us.
But give him the accent and do that.
That's so hard to do both, but I'm gonna do foe. Foe's like this seems very dangerous, Aderu.
Then don't come with me.
Stand behind me, Segan.
You guys go down the pathway.
When we do, Aderu goes last, and as everyone passes through, Aderu casts Druid Claw.
Yep.
And as we all pass through,
Speak
Aderu casts Druidcraft and seals the walkway behind them.
Okay.
To be polite,
I
because you always close the door behind you. Otherwise, that would be rude.
fair. I make sure I pull in. What's Octo's real name? I need to write this down. Sorry, my brain
It's
cannot.
green
remember.
flash, purple
Yes, that's his-
circle.
Yes, that's his green flash purple
Great.
circle. But what is
But the
Skelp.
name that we will say is Krelp,
Krelp, yeah.
Krelp?
like kelp with an R. Yes.
Aderu,
Yes.
I know you were closing the door behind you, but I don't know that I should be in the front.
I am coming, do not worry.
Yeah, so and that is not easy to do as he kind of makes his way by everybody. This pathway is literally like maybe 2 feet across. And as you guys are moving, you can't help but notice that thorny, thick, wicked, like vines grow along the pathway as you walk it, as if to say, don't fucking try to step off this path.
Yeah, as we walk the path, I pull in Krelp close. I say,
It is best you stick close.
yep. Message received.
Creatures of the wood walk in a line as well. There will not be room for side by side.
So glad
too,
the
Polly.
grog wore off. Otherwise, I'd be stumbling and what if you took a wrong step, right?
I'm aware.
and in this high stress scenario with him in front of me, I have one claw in
Quick,
front
for
of
your
him.
safety, come in front.
Well, because he'd be in between us.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
also, I take this opportunity to secretly do the drugs. It's the last I have for
Wow.
today.
Oh, shit!
I had one day's worth.
Wow.
Oh,
No,
hey,
I'm gonna
is
call
that
bullshit.
Locust is that
I have
locust pat? I
facts.
smell it.
As soon as the crinkle of the
You can't
wrapper,
smell it.
as soon as
Not
the
until-
wrapper crinkles, he knows.
Yeah, he knows. You can't do it secretly. Roll stealth.
Fuck, I'll roll stealth.
Roll
Stealth,
stealth.
DC 40.
You're giving him
Okay,
advantage.
it's
Oh, that's a
advantage.
19.
What does Paul think of all this?
Paul
Polly.
is
What is Polly?
at this point. Paul's pretty sure he's still on drugs. Polly
Okay.
Ukaipa is whoa,
You got lucky on that stealth roll. It's only a
whoa,
15.
dudes. Evalina, don't worry. I'll get in front of you and protect you.
That's very sweet, Polly, but I think it's best if I protect you.
I could
Polly.
not live with myself if something happened to my beloved.
Polly, you're a good guy. Polly, I like you. I hope this works out for the two of you.
Aderu has helped me understand that while we are destined to be together and we are running away, I cannot run from your father forever, and I will have to earn his respect and love, much like I've earned yours.
Polly,
so-
I don't. I can't.
How can I look him in the eye if I do not protect his daughter while we're out here?
Oh,
Aderu just cuts left into the brush, leaves, just abandons the whole party. Aderu can't take it anymore. He's just, I cast Pass Not Trace. I cast Pass Not Trace and I leave.
Jumps over the thorny brush, gets taken out in the neck by 2 arrows and dies. Happy.
His last word. Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I am quietly praying to Saint Dynac for protection.
Please make it stop. Please make him stop. Please make him stop.
And Aderu leading the way with you guys in your weird little conga line of hangers on.
Directly behind him so that I can, like, block any fucking arrows that come toward us. Not that it's going to help from the sides.
No, not from the sides one bit.
As you guys are traveling, the woods get dark, like almost supernaturally so. You guys know that the forests in this part of Bree don't get this dense, and it's almost like there's something more sort of overtaking these woods, like they're growing around and over you, trying to blot out the sky. You are in this deeply shaded world that Reyesk has never ventured into in his time in Bree. And even when you went into the woods, like, just looking at the woods from the outside, you wouldn't think it grew tall enough or deep enough to get like this.
This is haunting.
Evalina, you and your father during the travel never went into deep woods like this.
But we could have, because my dad's a ranger. My dad's always a ranger. What
Yes.
does it say about your thoughts on my dad?
I don't know. It was completely unintentional. So I don't know, Jeff. We'll have to think about that. And then, almost as suddenly as you started, when you entered this area, you are suddenly dumped out into this empty area. The trees ring a small, like, lake, or maybe a large pond that is fed by a little rivulet of water. And all of a sudden the sun comes back, and you guys are caressed by its warmth, and the cold of the forest disappears. And you see what looks to be 4 humanoid figures hanging out at the beach of this little pond.
Fuck yeah! Beach episode! Aderu puts on his skinnies.
9 waves.
Aderu puts on an old-timey one-piece men's...
Yeah. They too revealing
swimsuit.
one-piece men's jumpsuit. Yeah.
Polyukaipa puts on a Speedo.
He's free now.
I feel
He's
like
skinny dipping.
Polyukaipa is a Speedo and bow tie kind of guy.
Love it. Love it.
Come on, guys, beach
Sure.
episode. What are we doing? What do we got? What does Reyesk wear to the beach?
Trunks. Tight trunks.
All right.
As you guys are getting into your speedos and trunks, you step out, and one of the figures gets up from sitting with their feet in the water, like dusts themselves off a little bit, and walks over. He's dressed in like simple pelts and sandals, and with like not a walking stick or a staff. It literally looks like the kind of stick you'd find if you went for a little trip, and if you were just on a hike and you found a cool stick.
Oh, cool stick.
It's
You
the
have one
coolest.
of those?
Looks
Yep.
like shillelagh waiting to happen. That's what that looks like to me.
It does to do Aderu, and he steps up. He's like, "Hello, cousin.
Hello!
Welcome to the Circle of the Land."
Thank you for receiving us. I know
What
our
is your name?
circles are not akin very much. I am Aderu.
You may call me Thorg.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Thorg.
My brother over there, Yaset, and he points over at this half-elven dude with brown hair, his barrel chest, and a broken nose. And you just see the dude's over there, like, peeling pieces off a trout and, like, eating them, just snacking and staring at you. And there's sort of, like, this little bit of menace to him, like he's just, like, try something. And,
Yeah,
but,
barrel chest and a previously broken nose, which means it's a crooked nose.
yes.
9
and,
waves.
and Torg is like a skinny human man with salt and pepper hair and rough hands. And then he points at a couple others who are swimming in waist deep water. And that there's Rotaderp and Yerp, and there's a couple halflings.
Rotaderp.
Yeah,
and
Rotaderp
Yerp?
and
And
Yerp.
Yerp.
Yep.
I thought it was gonna be like Rotaderp
you-
and Rotayerp.
You guys watch
Wasn't sure.
as the smaller one is like trying to get away from his brother, who is chasing him through the water. And
What was the first guy's
trying
name?
to get him.
Thorg?
Htorg. Htworg.
Oh, Hutwater.
Htorg.
There's a
Uh,
in there.
And Yaset.
Uh,
Yaced.
when we meet them, I bow, and I force fucking Krelp into a bow as well.
Nine just waves at all
Ya
of them.
said from the back, "What are they doing? What are you doing there, man? Get up!
All right, we stand up straight.
Think we're kings or something? What a dweeb!"
We're just setting the tone.
Well, the tone ain't that. Yeah, meanwhile, you're literally in a headlock, getting half drowned by his brother in the water. It's been a long time since anybody from your tribe has come to see us. You come a long way.
I imagine so. We are told not to. Difference of beliefs. But I am here to learn your ways.
Well, that is 100% one-sided, but okay.
Are your
Your side.
beliefs the same as ours? I would hope not.
I guess
am
not
here
anymore.
on faith they are different.
I guess not anymore. Come on, take your shoes off. Dip them in the water. Get comfortable. You have traveled very far. I noticed the elves didn't kill you, so
I
congrats.
cannot take my shoes off.
She
So
doesn't
you can't.
wear shoes.
Is that okay?
It's fine by me.
Okay.
Those are just her feet.
Nine, if you are not wearing shoes, then those are your feet, and you're fine.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't want to be disrespectful.
This one walks the woods barefoot, brother. And they look at you and they all just nod. Good choice.
I nod back.
There just takes off his shoes and stretches out his little toe beans.
They don't engage with you other than one of them walks by, offers you guys a water skin. They encourage you to rest. And Yased, who has all this food, his brother tries to get him some, and Yased just shakes his head at him mm-mm. And so Twerg goes somewhere else and brings you guys some berries. And he's like, "You must be hungry."
Aye, I could always eat. Food in the woods is never rejected. A welcome gesture. My thanks, cousins.
Yeah, absolutely.
wish-
If you're
Evalina is watching the halflings pretty much the whole time, just sitting and watching the kids play.
sure. What's your passive perception?
Hella.
It's hella good, right? With your passive perception, while you are watching those two halflings play as if they're children, one, you realize they're not children. They are full-grown adult halflings, even though they have this playful nature. But you also
17.
realize... Yeah, I figured. With the 17 passive, without even rolling, you know that while you are watching them at play, they are observing you. Even though they're not acting like it, they are tuned in to everything you and the party is doing. You in particular.
Yeah.
Please forgive
And I'm just watching them.
Please forgive my unusual entourage. I find myself in strange company on my quest. But I wish to learn your views
I nod.
of our craft, of our heritage.
He says strange company, brother. Yeah, they're weird looking.
Aye.
I nod.
And they are all lost as I am, but in different ways.
Oh, no. I can tell that most of you are lost, but whew, you're real off track there, cousin. What brings you to us?
I know that our way is
They're Canadians.
perhaps not the correct
Clearly.
way, and I wish to see what you believe is. I know the ways of my circle, and I
No, you
begin
don't.
to see how it is broken. I
Well-
wish to learn the ways of your circle, and see how it is not.
Well, what are the ways of your circle, then?
To destroy that which would destroy nature. To preserve that which would be destroyed otherwise. To
Now
bring
you
balance
see-
through heavy blade.
Now, you see there? That right there. That's not the way. That's not even your circle there, bud. I figured that we'd be way off topic. The tenets of your circle used to be simple. They were four. It was keep the woods, maintain the cycle, heal the wounds, and bring back balance. What is this shit about taking... What was it you said?
Now he's Native American.
Yeah.
He's a Canadian
This
Native
accent's gonna have to
American.
get dialed in over time. I'm not great at it.
Just watch some reservation dogs.
I need to watch more of that, yeah. Those 4 cycles represent the seasons. It's a cycle in itself. Everything is cycles. Balance. Return. Endless loop.
Aye, and my circle believe... Well, those I hail from believe that that cycle has been broken. They believe that to keep the woods, we must keep those who destroy it from it long enough that it may maintain the cycle. To maintain the cycle, we believe that we must pry things from this destructive and consumptive grasp that the others seem to walk with. And Aderu points to Evalina and Nine.
Oh, shit. Those two broke the cycle? Yasit, hold on, I gotta take him somewhere. And he walks you over like 30 feet. You guys watch him, like, he walks over to this area, and it's like this little, kind of like semi-tended garden. There's no like rhyme or reason to it, but it's obvious that it's like they're growing corn and squash and beans here. And he's like, oh shit, you had me worried there for a second. For a second, I thought that the grass wasn't growing. Looks like the corn's coming in fine. How did they break the cycle?
I dunno if you play daft with me, or if you're unaware, but there is a significant portion of our wood that is not. And not to the way of plains, and not to the way of even crops, but to the way of waste, to the way of barren land left to waste in war, to the way of paved, cobbled streets left in the wastes of civilization.
You're right, cousin. Let me, You're getting ahead of me, though. The point being is, it depends on, what your goals are, I guess. You consider yourself a warrior, cousin.
I am raised only to know one thing, yes.
You're a good warrior. You do good for your tribe and your circle. You do what they want.
I am effective.
But when it comes down to it, you're just another part of the great cycle. And it is a cycle of this land. And yes, part of the cycle is a little unbalanced. But do you think that you can really regain balance by more violence, more attacking, more war, more death?
If I thought that was the only way, I would not be here today. But that is all I am taught.
That's good. I knew you knew more. So there was someone who put in good word for you, and that's why we let you come.
Oh,
May I inquire who?
Everybody with a higher passive perception than 10 sees 12, so they're stealthy. You guys watch as out of the woods stalks a very, very large cat bear.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit coming.
Do I recognize this Erline?
Yes, the Erline.
Because I've come across a couple in my travels. Is this one of them?
You guys watch sort of in stun silence as it just sort of
Does it have a ribbon?
shoulders its way through thick brush and comes out of the woods near the little farm area and barrels down upon Aderu quicker than you feel like something that large should be able to move, before kind of nudging into Aderu very solidly and non-aggressively. You do recognize this Erline. This is the Erline that you healed when you fought him long ago while you were pretending to be Halor.
He's gonna grapple him.
Does a 24 hit
Yes.
He pinches his nipples.
for scritches?
Yes.
Scritches.
Yes. Where do you scritch this cat bear? Where does one scritch a cat bear?
you
This
know,
is
I'm
for
really not-
everyone's knowledge.
Frankly, I'm unsure. I'm gonna say not the top of the face. I'm gonna say the top of the face is a no zone. I'm gonna say it's like the back of the jowl and like the lower ear, the back of the earlobe, and
Okay.
probably the shoulders and the chest region is probably safe. But it is related to feline. Belly might be safe. I wouldn't run it. Belly might be safe. I wouldn't live to find out if I was wrong.
So yeah, so he lets out this low, purring growl as you do that, and once again, Twarg looks at you and he says, "Yes, this one said that you helped him,
Aye, it was needing help. Was injured.
so you get it then. If you are capable of healing, why do you choose to attack everything that you come across rather than help it?"
I would not say that I do. I am trying to be more open-minded. I helped this one. I've begun him on his path, and there points to Polly. Poor Polly.
Polly's in the water at this point, and he's got a halfling on each leg, and he's dragging them through the water. Rotoderp is currently climbing up to his neck level, and you can tell he's going in for the fucking kill.
That's fine. Polly's about to learn some things. It's educational.
Listen, the Broken Circle, they stopped contacting us a long time ago, and they frankly haven't been talking like you are at all. So I need to ask you, what do you think your job is? Because I tell you that yours and theirs do not align.
Nay, it does not feel to be that way. I feel a duty to my kindred to set them free from our servitude by birth. I would see
wildlings.
I would see my shifting kin walk free of their burthensome point of view.
Yeah. Servitude is no way for a natural thing to live. This is a good goal. Why do you worry about the philosophy of it if that's the goal?
Because I can feel that my mind has been narrowed like a blade, honed to an incredible degree, but very thin in what it knows. I have learned some from my friend here, and Aderu hands him the Silverian scimitar, who has taught me some things of this. I have met with Grand Fae on the other side of the wild. I seek to learn more, to be better. I feel as though I am but on the first steps of the path, and I seek guidance where it may be found.
You watch as he holds the blade, and you can tell that he is talking internally to the spirit of Silveria. And you see that his eyes kind of widen. You see that there's some sort of interaction going on between the two of them. And and then he hands the blade back to you. You are, It's hard for me to begin because I don't know what you don't know. Suffice it to say, if you are going to become a druid, as you seem to already be, you are currently a druid, if I'm to be honest, a druid with no circle. The broken circle is just that. It is gone, no matter what they think. They've lost touch.
Perhaps not all things need be a circle in their own.
All things need to be in a circle.
The seed grows into the stalk, into the flower to bear fruit, and then to die. And it is done. The greater circle of things around it continues, but the seed does not.
Yasid walks up, and then it dies, and it rots, and it goes back to the ground, and the seed that was left by it grows out of its corpse.
Aye,
Circle.
But the seed itself, the first seed is no more. Its line may be broken, but the circle does not break as a result of it, no? As we teach our children, yes? The young learn from the old pass on, and the circle continues through what we leave behind.
Yes, but that is the circle is made of many things. To say that one thing is not the circle is, well, it's not looking inward or outward.
To say instead the circle is not one thing.
The circle is one thing and many things.
It is all thing, together, yes?
Ah, he does get it, brother.
Then perhaps for now, mine and my kin, my wild shifting friend, perhaps we do not need circle yet, but perhaps we need only to grow and fruit, that we may blossom circle to come.
If you want to regrow the forest you lost, the first step is to grow more woods.
Aye, perhaps that's what I am saying. The first tree of a forest grows in the plains, yes?
Sure.
And the first 10 trees.
And what good are those when planting seeds? And he kicks your dangling axe on your hip.
They're good for a great many things. It's a wonderful tool.
You could use it like a hoe. You till the ground.
Yasid looks over at you like that's the dumbest shit he's ever heard, and Torg looks at you and just nods. Sure, you could use it as a hoe.
I work on trying to see that weapons can be tools, and tools can be helpful.
What kind of tool are you?
I no longer know. I was just a weapon.
Weapon is a tool. It's just good at one thing.
I hope to be better at others, as that hatchet on his hip may be.
It's really hard to use a hatchet as a hoe.
But not impossible, or so I hope.
Certainly not. And he's like, let me show you. And he asks for Aderu's hatchet, like he just holds his hand out.
Aderu gives it to him.
Torg starts just working on the garden with Reyesk, and he's just sort of starts to kind of dispense some wisdom that Jay is not capable of really doing justice.
And I take this opportunity to be also looking at Krelp and kind of like attempting to impart this a little bit, right? To get this message across in the tiny pieces that I can. I force him with me everywhere. I don't care if he wants to.
They grow food out of the regular dirt, like without the seawater. Why? Kelp grows everywhere. What is this?
Just guarded the
I don't remember the ways of our people, but I know we did grow things ourselves.
I miss seaweed.
Do y'all be having some of that pond grass in your waterhole there?
You watch that Krelp, his gills actually flare as you mention that, and he kind of looks at Reyesk and he goes, "Do you mind if I go check? I'm also drying out."
I nod.
Thanks. And he just disappears in the water, like smooth dive.
I can be relatively confident he can't escape here, right?
There's a small rivulet stream. You could not swim up it.
Yeah.
You just see Skrull Trying to army crawl up the rivulet of water.
Yeah. Anyway, look, so I feel like me trying to hold on to this accent is gonna not help me with the conversation that goes next. Torg tries to get across to you this idea as you guys discuss. And the idea is that the world is balanced, and it is nearly impossible for anything within that balance to unbalance it. Like, just the fact that they try would create, like, between Yasid and Twerg, they give you this idea that every death is just going to fuel new life. So even if you killed too many things, all you're doing is seeding the ground for new things to come. The part about being
ding me.
Fuck.
Ding me.
Mitch's random fact. Ow! This is addict behavior.
Empirically
He's addicted.
untrue. During the Great Dying, where the planet Earth saw a loss of, I believe, 98% of all known species of life, it actually catalyzed a reaction so violent from the mass death that it changed the oxygen density in the air, and that in turn fucked up the ocean to such a degree that massive amounts of the ocean became actually unlivable, except sponges. Sponges love that shit. Sponges loved mass death.
Okay.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Perfect.
I was going there. I was like, what a weird fact.
You know what?
about
He
SpongeBob.
covers that, and like, even if Aderu like will take him down that path of the idea that enough death can cause a problem, and he's like,
too
and
many
yet,
corpses in the field sours the soil.
sure, and yet the sponges lived on, and life came back. Is like kind of his rebuttal. So he spirals it out from there. From within the circle, nothing can unbalance it to the point where you can't lose it. But you have learned the magics of nature, of our ways. You know the tie to Fae. You know that there is a circle outside of our circle. And he starts to describe this sort of expanding idea of these plates almost. And while our world has its own balance, there is also a balance that is on top of that or around that is the Feywild. The greater cosmos. Yeah, the greater cosmos. And he's like, and part of being a druid is understanding that there's more to the balance than thinking of it in such a small way, but that's also where the imbalances can come from, right? It's something from another world coming here and messing with the way it's already working.
This is the first time that Evalina even shows any interest in what's being taught here. Because she finally speaks up and she says, like what the primacy is doing.
Yes, it's like, hey, you can't listen into our inner workings. This is druid secrets. And Torg's like, shut up, Yasid. This knowledge only betters everyone.
She has sat in the council of Lord Grimm. I would call her my guest.
The King of Spring?
Aye.
See, you do know.
As have we all. Well, not the newer of us.
And I point to Polly and Krelp.
And Segan.
Your Inquisitor friend is right. The primacy is, there's something going on that is causing...
Would you like to know what they do?
Sure. As I said, certain knowledge betters everyone.
The way that the Inquisitors are made is they bind a devil to them that takes over our body.
This is outside the natural order. It's forbidden.
And when you kill the Inquisitor, the devil arrives to our plane. I am unsure how long for we returned it.
Actually, the way he responds is he sits there for a second, he thinks about it. That's a clever loophole they found. This is not forbidden. I am sorry to say that does not violate the natural order. Demons and devils can't come here. If they did, it would be a big problem for the world. But they're not coming here, are they? They're just kind of peering in.
But when you kill the Inquisitor, it opens a doorway through which they enter, or attempt to.
Truly.
And we have seen other such things. Reyesk, do you have your rock? Or was that left?
I thought Grimm took it.
Yeah, that's gone.
No, it was taken.
We found a cave, and in that was a stone of sorts. A seedling
A corrupted seed.
Aye, a corrupted seed of the world's circles, or some such. And when we were there, Reyesk and I, we personally fought outsiders.
The corrupted seed of the world tree, you say?
That is what Lord Grimm said.
That does not bode well.
And through it, a thick, strange fog, with which... Reyesk, do you know what those things were? Those slithering, gibbering things?
I know not what they were, but based on what we've learned, they were of demonic influence.
Demonic influence?
Furthermore,
Aye.
yes,
Whoa, say what you want about devils. Devils just want power. Power's normal. Lots of things want power. But demons want to wreck the natural order. Now you are speaking our language, brother.
And what of the Coca-Cola creature, Reyesk? What is that thing called to you?
furthermore, the apotheosis appears to be doing work with demons as well. I found, and a bit unwittingly, freed a demon who now roams this plane. For how long, I won't know.
You freed a demon? What are you, fucking stupid?
I did not know
Aye.
it was a demon.
How did you not know?
He was held within a container. I knew nothing of what he was, just that he asked for freedom.
Well,
And
heart's in the right place, even if you're stupid.
Aye.
I was ignorant at the time.
I thought that it was common knowledge not to just open iron flasks.
It wasn't an iron flask.
Oh, what was it made of?
Glass. Though there was some iron there, I guess. I don't know. It was glass and metal.
She
It was
rolls her
glass and
eyes
metal.
again.
I tell you,
It's
I tell
so
you.
hard.
All right.
It's
All right. You can't undo a blown dandelion. Make no mistake. Demons are bad news. When it comes down to it, you can always negotiate with the devil. Devils in their own way are part of a natural order, just a larger one. One that you don't need to concern yourselves with. You guys are warriors of this plane. Does that make sense?
I nod.
If you want to be a warrior for the greater balance, that's a huge leap. You have to change who you are as a person, and you're not ready for that.
I nod.
You could be someday. He's looking at Aderu at this point. You could be someday, and I think part of you is worried about things that are outside of your current control.
Are demons really outside of the circle, or are they, as you've spoken, part of a higher level, where their destruction is the rot that strikes the seed-bearing fruit that is our circle?
The problem is that when demons destroy things, there tends to be nothing left to feed the world later. When these crops go fallow, and they decay, and they reseed the soil, the death was part of the cycle. Demons tend to leave nothing to decay. They like to destroy things entire. It is an unmaking.
Aye.
If you see a demon, you kill it. It's an infestation. It's an invasive species.
Aye.
the words you speak reminds me of another we met in the wild. I believe called the Storyteller. He too said we were to be great warriors for the greater circle, or something similar, at least. A thing, a burden I find hard to bear.
Oh, the Storyteller. He's a strange one. Talk about someone who's outside the natural order. But if he told you that you were going to do something, you best buckle up.
I nod.
Seems that you guys are in deeper than we thought. Isn't that right, Yasid? That's right, brother. All right. You dealt with seeds of the world tree. Do you know what they are?
To some degree.
I'll take your silence as a lesson
I
time.
kind of like move my head side to side and like shrug a little, like a.
The seeds of the world tree are the opposite end of the world tree. In the Feywild, there is a world tree. This is not a euphemism. There is a large tree from whence all life flows and comes, and that tree has its roots within our world. We're a mirror of the Feywild. In the Fey realm, you find the top, and in the material plane, you find the roots. And where those roots go, the energy from living beings of the material plane and the energy of their lives and passion create the seeds. These seeds use this energy, along with the power of creation, to generate souls, to procreate living beings. The energy is then also manifested from the top of the world tree in the Feywild, producing magic. and the natural energy which spreads to your plane as well.
Magic is transplanar pollen. Gross.
Yes. Yes, that is a fantastic way of describing it, in fact.
Disgusting.
Yes.
It's
If you-
just,
All magic?
It's just phages. It's just phages all over everyone's face.
I'm just curious.
Arcane
all
magic, at like magic that the average person can tap into, but like divine magic comes straight from a god themselves.
God jizz.
Okay.
But you
So-
could even maybe make the case. You could even make the case though that they themselves coalesce the arcane magic.
on your face with God jizz.
You could make the
Okay.
case that the gods themselves are just collectors of that arcane. Like the question of whether or not
They're
they would have
bees.
power if magic went away is a different like question that nobody knows.
Different question entirely. Yes. Okay.
So, people keep telling me that I have somewhat of a soul, but I am obviously a man-made object. And I mean, I feel that way as well, so much so that I've been asking a lot of people if it's possible for me to become an actual living thing.
When babies are born and there is enough energy coming from the seeds nearby, the life force goes from those seeds to the vessel that is created, and that gives them life. No one really knows what qualifies as a vessel, other than just sort of a common sense. If the natural order decided that you were a proper vessel for such life, then I see no reason you could not be. It is strange that it would come to you later, that you would have existed for so long. But I once talked to a rock. He was a cool guy, had a lot to say.
Oh. Is he still around?
No.
I know.
Yerp threw him into the water.
Yeah.
He skipped 13 times, and I never saw him again, though I tried.
Wow. That's quite a throw. You're
Thanks!
impressive.
Shit, I have 3 questions. I'm sorry.
I have one.
Shoot. Go for it.
Yours probably are more important. Mine's a decent
Yeah,
one
it's
to
fine.
end on.
Get it
'cause
out there. Let's do it. Let's rock.
This is a lore drop episode, so if you guys got questions, let's do it.
Do you seem to know a lot.
Oh,
Do you know-
You hear that, Yaset? I told you I knew a lot.
Do you know what the grand design is?
Yaset just snacks on shit and shakes his head. The grand design? Balance? What does it mean to you?
It is something that I've heard whispers of from the Grand High Inquisitors.
Oh, if it's a primacy thing, we don't have a window into their lives or their thoughts. We keep to ourselves. Ever since the Broken Circle declared war, it's been best to just not be a druid in Bree, but we can't leave this land. So we hide here. We do what we can from our little circle, our little grove.
It's very beautiful, by the way.
I suppose that brings
It's
me
home.
to my last couple of questions before we depart. Would you be interested in growing your grove if I found those who were willing to follow your way?
I don't know that it's safe to grow this grove right now, but if people need to hide here, we could maybe help them, provided they can get around the elves. If they go the wrong way, they might not make it. It's very dangerous. That's why we're here.
Cannot an accord be struck with them?
We can, but if you're sending strangers, it would be very hard. We could probably work something out. Maybe Yerp could help you. He's a good guide.
It is possible I could circumvent the elves entirely given time. My doesn't quite believe he is dead friend here can open gates directly between here and the Fae. We shall consider that in future moments. For now, I have this new friend with me, Polly. He is an axe, clumsy to be sure, but I think he could be used as a tool for other purposes. His past life is broken, and I have begun to show him his inner way. If he choose it, I think it might be good for him.
Yaset and Dwarg look over at Polly and they point at him, currently being strangled and like going into a sleeper hold by Rotoderp, who's like currently passed out, like floating in the water. You want us to take care of that idiot? What you just gonna do? Pass him on to us like he's gonna be our problem? Get out of here.
He's not all bad.
It is not my choice to make. It is yours and his. My other question is the broken circle the dead growth that must be pruned for the field to regrow? Or can it be healed, do you think? I fear that has grown and borne fruit, but no longer serves the circle, and may best be tilled, that other things may grow better for it.
By exercising control, you're talking about moving from your circle to an outer circle. Do you want to carry that burden?
My fear is that perhaps it must be carried by someone.
He bends down and he just picks a squash, like just plucks it out of the ground, and he says, "Do I need to eat this for it to die?"
No. But you also need not plant seeds for squash to grow, and yet here you have your line of squash.
I also don't want it to stink, so I think I will eat this one. The question comes back to if you are going to carry the burden of their deaths or their removal. That is a burden that you must bear. But the broken circle is like this plucked squash. It's been separated from the land for so long that it rots from the inside. Can you save the seeds? Maybe. As a member of this circle, I cannot make a call. It would be wrong. It's a decision you'd have to make yourself.
Then I suppose before we depart, my last question is, would you like to see my very cool stick? And there he pulls out his very cool stick.
Oh shit, there's got a skull on it.
And then he summons Blinky, because he can do that.
Oh shit, a dog.
That was it. Just...
Oh shit, a dog.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, a dog.
Oh shit, a dog. Play the stinger. We're done.
Yeah, no, that works for me.
I don't know how to end this one. Fucking hit the music.
Actually, just one more question.
Yeah. Listen, at this point, I feel like if you got
just one
question
more
lore.
thing.
If you
One
got
more
questions
thing.
that you think this guy can answer, ask him. It's a good time for it.
I know that the Blue Dawn moved through your forest. I'm certain you do not interact with them, as I imagine they would not be the most friendly. But I wish to send our new acquaintance here into their care. Do you have some idea of their patterns by which I can transfer his care to those who may be able to keep him safe and offer him freedom?
Seems like you and Aderu here have a similar request. Yerp, come here. Yes, boss. Don't call me boss. It's weird. And he steps up.
It could be worse. He could call you daddy.
Yerp can show you any way through the woods. He goes around the elven areas, and he can set up, be a lookout for people that you do want to send here. We might be able to help them, we might not. But if they do go through elven land, they will die. So Yerp will be on the lookout for anyone you send south. The other one, we can find Blue Dawn. It's possible. Is it safe? Yerp is young. I don't want to put him in danger.
That is a full-grown man.
Still young. I am 900 years old. By the way, this man looks human, just to reiterate.
Yeah, my eyes kind of widen a little at that, like, whoa.
They are pacifists in their nature. Few of them strike out, and most wish not to. I imagine that Europe would not be endangered by approaching. They attempt to use nonviolent protest for their means.
But Twarg shakes his head as you start talking about it. He's like, you know I'm not talking about this Blue Dawn. And he looks at you. The apotheosis hunts their own.
You are correct, which is why I am attempting to return him to the Dawn. I don't wish you to hold him. I wish you to direct me, and I will take him. Your magics may not be able to hide him, I'm aware.
This place is hidden. Outside, not so much.
If I can get him with the Blue Dawn, I know they have taken in others like him. I can only hope they can keep him safe. I wish not to put this burden on you.
But you're
I
gonna.
also cannot. No, as I say, just point me in a direction. I will take him.
No. You already told us that you are doing things the storyteller says you must do. You do not have time for this. We'll take care of it.
I do not like a full at the hinge at the hips bow, but I do a small bow.
This is a favor I will not forget, and a burden I meant not to give. But I thank you for your kindness.
We will, we'll take advantage of the ley line ways. Yerp will take you and your friends anywhere you wish to go tomorrow. For now, have some fish, some squash. The beans aren't ready.
Ooh, fish.
May I offer you a visit to the Feywild?
What do I need go for the Feywild? No, we stay here. You get your rest. We take you where you need to go in the morning.
The drugs are hitting, and he's vibing. Reyesk is vibing and eating fish.
First thing in the morning, we take you through the roots. With Tree Stride you where you need to go. Where are you going next?
I believe we are going to the mountains up north.
Beyond Santos, toward the northernmost part of where the circle run.
We go where Segan is from. Tell them, Segan.
I am from the city of Athers, far north. The tippy top of Celestian.
Oh yeah, we know where it is. We can take you there.
All the way? How far north can you get?
Anywhere the trees grow, my friend. Hey Tavern Goers! Thanks again for listening to Torchlit Tavern. Today's tale featured Mitchell Travis as Aderu, Jeffrey Lisk as Reyesk, Ryan Santos as Number 9, and Jameson Oxford as the Dungeon Master. You can follow us and interact with us on Twitter at Torchlit Tavern, or email us with any of your most pressing questions at torchlittavern@gmail.com. You can also find our entertainers on the streets of twitch.tv/torchlittavern, yelling obscenities at passersby. If you enjoyed our tale, you can tip your storytellers as you leave the tavern, which you can do via patreon.com/torchlittavern. Every little bit helps, and those who tip well and often can find themselves privy to an extra story or two, jokes, or maybe even a bit of hidden lore. Our story continues to grow all the time, and though we have no designs on a vast empire, your help is always appreciated.
Our theme music for this campaign was designed by the bard, Brett Eagleston. Get his music at bretteagleston.bandcamp.com or find links for all his projects by following Bread Eagles on Twitter. This episode was edited and produced by Jameson Oxford and Ryan Santos. Other music and sound effects are provided by Epidemic Sound with help from freesound.org.
And if you should find yourself surrounded by eager ears and attentive listeners, remember to tell good stories. Anywhere the trees grow, my friend.
That's a good spot.
Powerful.
Does that work? All right.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
The you could see the wave of relief washing over Evalina. Just like, look, you know, like
See you
she
off the
took all
walk.
those supplies. Yeah, she took all those supplies because she was like, she has a hidden thing of
not
hair
ready for
dye in
a
her
3-week
purse that
walk
she's not.
through the wilderness.
Evalina has a 3-to-1 ratio where she does not do more than 3 days of travel without bath.